Hey, welcome back to Pokeshoot Channel. Hey, the last couple of videos I did, kind of talking about metaphysics and whatnot, but on the last one I was also sharing some ideas for some licks, and but you couldn't see the fretboard, so I thought I'd just redo that. So this is probably more for beginning, intermediate level players, advanced players. This might be old hat to you, but anyway, so let's say you're working on a minor pentatonic, what I call form 1, which would be this form 1, right? Good way to do this is then get familiar with it, like say take a couple forms, maybe move down to what this form, 4-2, 4-2, 4-1, the minor third stretch, which is 1.5 steps. So you have this form right below it, and kind of try to start thinking of those twos, and then the one below that. So to maybe try to visualize those three forms, right? Now here is a B minor pentatonic, right? So we have now here I'm just using like a minor 7. But the thing about working pentatonics is try to work on small little patterns and sequences. It's like take a pattern like that and work on it a lot, and even simple things. But my main point here is try to visualize these three forms. See that form there? Okay, this form, 4-2, 4-2, 4-1, 4-1, 4-2, 4, and then this form, 4-1, 4-2, 3-1, 3-1, 4-1. Now once you've got those three forms visualized, you know, in the B minor pentatonic, then you can start kind of, and don't worry a lot about what it sounds like right now. Just kind of shift from one form, so you can come down to this form, right? And start to, and you can always add other notes. Like I might add those notes. You don't always have to stick with it. You can add passing tones. But like maybe start with this form 1, then come down to this form, you know, on the 3rd string. See that? Maybe then come down to this form. Right? I might want to do it. You can always come to the form above, which is this form. But the main point I'm trying to make is that when you're practicing your pentatonics, is start with like form 1 and then come down to this form right below it, right? On the 3rd string. And maybe you can add these notes. Simple things like that. You can add these notes. But the main point I'm making is try to visualize this form right below, and this form. So you got three forms you're kind of getting in your head, right? And then once you have those, then start being creative and work on licks off of those forms, okay? And you can maybe take like the bass strings. Use the bass strings for transitional devices. And like I said, work on small little patterns like, I mean, it's repetition that gets that, you know, really, and you can do the minor 7 arpeggio like this. You can come down the polychord of the minor 7, which is the major 7 here, a minor 3rd up. So like here's, I know this, here's my A, I know I'm probably not a concert pitch. So you can come up this, and then come down the major 7. You can also go like, there I'm adding those other notes. But like I said, you can use the minor 7. But the main thing the main point I'm trying to get across here is visualize this form, what I call form 1, and then this form right below it, and then this form. 4-1, 4-2, and then practice, you know, kind of connecting that stuff. I know I added some stuff. I could just go sticking strictly to that form, right? But it kind of sounds nice to right there, those notes. So here I'm in this form. Major 7 arpeggio. I'll probably change that a little bit. Kind of Eric Johnson here. That kind of a sound. So let me review then. Form 1, minor pentatonic. Okay, so form 1, then you come down to this form. Okay, and then come down to this one. And then practice shifting between those, sometimes just using a couple strings as a transitional tone, like here. Maybe add this note. Here I'm adding, as opposed to just doing those notes, add. Okay, and practice short sequences. You can come up the perfect fourth like that. I love that. Love that sound like that. But practice short little sequences, even simple things like, okay, you know, because it's even if what you practice might not seem that interesting, you still input that information. So you can go from the minor 7 arpeggio to the polychord, like I said, and you can come down here. So I'm working off that form, right? You can, and just work on those. And if you want to add the form above, then you add this form. You can always come up, get the little flat 9. Sounds nice to work the bass. Now we'll get intervallic. That's off the half step, whole step. But anyway, so that's, I'm going to keep this short. So work on that, right? Visualize those 3 forms. You can get these anywhere in the net. And then practice, you know, shifting using a couple, 2 or 3 strings. Like, and then come up into this form, right? And then the next form. Next form. Up from that would be, you always hear people do things like, that one's a little flat. You can hear things like this. But anyway, so that's enough, so you can work on that. All right, take care. This guitar is available too. It's a sweet guitar.